well.
Maybe.
Obviously, they had the Harry Potter already in, so that's a safe playing area right now for VP. It does look like a bit of an advantage is on VP's side in terms of the circle, but we have one more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still feel like advantage versus pro. I think the problem for S8UL is they kind of lost track of exactly where their opponents are to a degree, whereas Virtus Pro is just saying they're northeast, somewhere up on the high ground. And what could come back to bite S8UL right now is the fact that Curexi is still being a bit of a sneaker. As you can see, even Aduzi is still kind of trying to keep an eye on some of that direction here. But if you want to put it in the hands of an individual, Curexi as your 1-3 in the 1, he's a meanie.
Yeah, they've got the terrain advantage here. The question is, how much is the utility on the side of Virtus Pro? They're going to need smokes eventually still. Some of the space is ahead of them here, so if we eventually can check in. Look at that. 4 nades on Nixie. Not a lot of smokes available for them side. 15 total. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Good shots connecting here. We're also going to have to check on S8UL's smokes. Not a lot either. So that's a total of 8. So this is going to be very, very heavily smoked towards the middle. Oh my god. Falls. Crashes just a little bit in the car here, but survives eventually. One more shot.
Okay. So,
got him.
Oh my days. I think Curexi played his hand quite early in proceedings there for a second, but of course had the car just to go back. Now, they can get him up, I think, from this, but what is S8UL going to do? They know that there's a little bit of a window here where one is not. He's in the smokes as well, moving very aggressively forward, spraying into those smokes as well, trying to shut down the position that is potentially afforded to them. And that has been actually S8UL moving closer to the center off that knock alone. So good moves here by them.
Yeah, taking space after the pressure is coming out here. Now smokes is coming out, and a lot has already been used here. I was talking about it. 15 is not a lot. It's not a lot because usually we see 4, 5, 6 smokes kind of coming out and making a wall towards the center, and it lasts for 40, 50 seconds in total until you can start seeing a lot of area around it. Now Molotov gets burned. Actually cannot ADS with the Molotov around him. And now he's going to have to try to survive just a little bit, try to get this off here. EMEA off the side. I don't think they saw it, expected him. Look at him push up, gets Molotov down here. Now it's on the side of VP getting the majority of this space here.
Yeah, to have a knock on a flush that quickly. This is now Virtus Pro's wheelhouse. You might have a little bit of a control of the little dot for the circle like this. However, still some smokes available, still some util available. Lukaruk's on that right-hand side could become an extreme problem because it's a bit closer to you. And some shots through the smokes here from Curexi, and that might force a little bit of a heal-up coming in from S8UL. But Aduzi, he has a P90 in hand. I didn't realize he got it from that crate, and that could be a complete game-changer here, taking down Nixie. This thing is a laser beam.
Now using more and last emergency cover coming in here. This could be the opening for them, but they are spread out compared to how congested VP is. VP had more lethals, no more utility on the side of Aduzi, and he tries to go for the push here. The window of opportunity was shut down already. Beamy down, is getting multiple knocks. Lukarux as well gets Wilburst too.
It's looking rough, and that is Virtus Pro here. It's our rich get richer teams as Virtus Pro already in the money when it came to the points. And they take a victory here after seizing complete control of the south side of this circle, Avenger. What a performance from them.
Yeah, what a great step up. What a great point of entry they had in this circle here. With that shift, with everything kind of coming in, with when we saw that coming close to Milta, they were already ready. They got so much space from being ready to get in and get some of the compounds that are available for them. Nemesis still getting kills though, but that 19 kills alongside, oh my god, a lot of damage done here. First couple of shots hits some damage too, but the knock coming in too for Aduzi was great. But yeah, VP, what a game for them, man. 29 total points for them.
An unbelievably important game from S8UL as well, though, of course, getting them back in a bit of the race. Let's get Blank back in to talk about this. Finally, Blank S8UL gets some points on the board, but the headlines are taken away once again by the PGS3 champions.
Yeah, they were in the papers, but they were on page 16, right? They were a little bit further down. It was VP who were on that front page. I think for... Honestly, for S8UL, though, this is good. In terms of the eye test, it's good. and where they were playing, this is home turf. It's expected them to get a good game off the back of this. I think a second place is absolutely fine from where they were.
Sure.
It's hard to win versus VP in that situation. They are so warm during that game. Getting a 19 kill match is incredible, but you could tell right at the end here is that the S8UL, yeah, they were having a good match, but the gunfights here were unparalleled from Virtus Pro. I don't think they lost a single 1v1 in that situation.
29.
It was just like, I think that the small window of hope there was a doozy on the wrap, and I think S8UL knew it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many moments in those final fights, right, where like Virtus Pro is like feel shooting. What do I mean by that? It's like, because there's so many smokes down, you're just like, well, you know, we've wrapped around far enough, the smoke's next to a tree, we're going to spray there and probably hit someone, and Virtus Pro is just doing this masterfully. But 29 points is a ginormous game for them, as they're at 94 points in 7 games here, Avenger. Whew.
Yeah, that's just unreal, right? And it's yeah, it's starting to look a little bit like a 2-horse race, even though Twisted Minds was in the conversation.
Virtus Pro, the team focus in game 2, and then they won. So what we'll do is, after this segment, Martin, we'll just ask production who the team focus is going to be, and we'll know the winner for game 3.
Yeah, I mean, these guys know it all. It's like they have 20 observers just following your team, but no, they actually have quite a few. They just know exactly who to follow. But yeah, obviously, following the top teams doing well. They're going to continue to do well. Nixie, 21 kills. Lukaruk, 17. Beamy getting the 14. And that's obviously huge for these guys. Beamy leading quite the charge here with the damage, so that's good. But can someone catch Diffix? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, eh? The fact that, yeah, the PGS3 MVP isn't even above where Diffix is at the moment. Of course, as Nemesis does actually bear a little bit of an opportunity to talk about here, Blank, because over on that east side, going up against S8UL, it was very difficult for Nemesis to get any purchase on that whatsoever. And a little bit, it's probably, I guess, their worst game so far out of the 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot to be playing from where they were, but it's expected that at some point you can't just keep having good games. As much as most teams would like for that to happen, I think at some point you're going to get put down. Even then, I think they got a couple here and there, but I think for Team Nemesis, it is looking a little bit stressful, right? Where you're trying to take this first place, but you have these beasts chasing you down in the form of Virtus Pro and Twisted Minds. And I think that for Virtus Pro, it's interesting the way they play, because you can kind of line it up directly in comparison to Team Nemesis, where, for instance, you know, Virtus Pro, yeah, they have some games where they don't get a huge amount of points, but they're having these massive games consistently enough that I'm okay with some of this aggressive gameplay, which maybe sends them down in like 12th, 11th place certain games. But if you're coming out with 29 point, 26 point games more often than not, that's fine. That's fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's listen in on some team comms from our previous Erangel here as Virtus Pro takes the win.
Играй, не касай.
Ты сынок.
Играй.
Соло остался. Вот.
Тихо.
А я в зону.
Есть смоки еще там хотя бы. 2 смока скинул.
Нажать можно. Еще смоков раскидать.
Behind wizard, I think. I'm nading
One more
wizard.
guy on green.
Green?
He's resting my guy on green.
Okay,
Rolling.
net green, it's Swiss.
One more guy on green.
Should be close on us, the PGG guy.
Just chill out, the smokes are...
Налево, налево, Тёма,
Возьми
налево.
ультилку.
Конечно, не дал. Конечно, не дал.
Three. I think last guy was healing.
I can smoke.
Yeah, that's all four.
Может взорвется, я смотрю. У вас левый выйдет, смотрите лево.
Я смотрю лево.
Бля, убегает налево!
Гарики
смотрю,
будут
Гарик.
еще.
Звук,
Но
мне
не за.
знаком.
Надо
Я смотрю тебя.
Никите
Он мне молик дает.
Гарик первый этаж.
Первый этаж Гарик.
Он мне
Да.
хлеб будет давать.
Ты один
За
играешь.
синий.
Слева, по-моему.
Почти лоб синий, почти лоб синий.
Блять, на меня запушил.
Я жду Гарик.
One triangle, I think. I'm only triangle.
Yeah,
One triangle. Burning.
Cannot see much. We need to wait for the smoke.
give me a sec. I'm smoking up to get a good angle. Healing.
Dog triangle, my triangle. One left to top. One left to top, I think.
Yes.
Дал желтый урон.
Я пытаюсь нашить смоки.
Бля, надо пропушить ее, походу, уже, парни. У меня смоков нет. Есть мне передо мной смок?
Идите, я сейчас справа пойду просто пушить.
Он убежал слева, кажется.
Я прохожу пока.
У меня флоп, он просто.
Он убегает, я
Ну,
его слышу.
парни, я иду, вам надо идти, блядь. За камнями живут.
He has a fucking P90. We need to nade him.
He's running.
We have zero smokes.
Knocked.
Last to top, last
Let's
to
do
top.
up
Orange
right,
one
let's do
right.
up right.
One orange, one right.
Yes.
Orange last
That's
guy,
orange.
orange last guy.
Yeah.
I'm pushing.
I'm taking space.
Nice.
Nice. Oh my god, baby.
Fucking
What
cool.
the fuck did you just do to him?
It's always good to see from the first-person perspective of Virtus Pro here looking as good as they do. I was saying it during that blank. If this team continues the way they do, looking the way they did at PGS3 and now here, they're becoming world champions. It's just a matter of time. They look crazy right now this year.
Yeah, it's a very high likelihood when you look at this team and compared to everyone else. And I mean, Nixie is catching Diffx up. I mean, maybe not in the damage department, but man, what a player Nixie's been. I mean, such a chill guy as well, and getting this amount of kills, like he is really doing a lot of work for the squad.
Yeah.
It's great to see. I think Virtus Pro just has this great mentality when they get to the late game and they bounce off one another so well.
Set themselves apart, and will that divide continue here as Diffx has got some wolves at the door? But it is time for game number 3 of the day, game 8 of our finals, number 1 here for PEC, as Blank and Avenger are going to bring you all of the action, Mr. Blinkers.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, but we're heading straight into the game. This is from the northeast down towards the southwest on this one. A little bit less availability on that south side, but to be honest, not that much. This is a fairly decent playing path for everyone. For Virtus Pro, though, what a game that last one was. For Team Nemesis, I'd like to see potentially another strong showing in this match so they can catch up, because I don't think Team Nemesis is done just yet. For S8UL, though, I was very happy to see what they were able to pull off in that last match. I think that overall, we've been waiting for this moment to happen for quite a long time now, and it just hadn't quite got there just yet. But for S8UL, great stuff. I'd like to see this continue. You know, you get your second place, you can do a little bit more. But it's Pro. Well, 2-2 split. Hanging around. I mean, last time we saw them on this map, it was an absolute monstrous finish from Lukarooks. I do think potentially they'll do something again. And they head up towards the northeast side. I told Clarice this yesterday. I'll tell you again, it's dirty. I don't like it up there. It's horrid. But it is a fun place to finish a lot of our circles. With all the water involved as well, a lot of the higher ground availability. You do have Heme Town as well up on this edge, and it's been a long while since I've seen a Heme Town finished. Team Vitality starting up there early. And let's talk about Team Vitality for a sec as well, because for Team Vitality, it's a far cry of a distance from what we saw in day 3 of those qualifiers. I think they really had this massive showing. It felt like going into day 1 of the finals that it would be just carried across. And that wasn't the case for Team Vitality. They have not been able to carry across that momentum. They're not doing horribly on the rankings, 27 points, but when you compare that to some of our top squads from that top 5, you know, with PGG being at 48 and then Virtus Pro at 94, it's really not where I think they'd feel they belonged. They have some great players on the team. Levante, when he is blasting, looks fantastic. Similarly on the rest of the squad, Bad Bazooka, he's crazy. Oh, I want to see a bit more from that. Yeah, hello, my bazooka. That's what I want to. I want to see more on our team Vitality here, Avenger.
Yeah, this is the big one for them. Obviously, this home turf here is really where they need to start scrapping. Also, an absolutely insane circle. Chris is hitting dead center, but there's so much unplayable up here that they need to get their heat maps out and get ready. And here are a collection of maps. Oh, look at that. I wonder, a good old hot drop on the boot camp. I love that.
Wow. Where is that? What is that place? Is that my favorite map of all time?
It's 2019 middle map. Have fun. Hot drops. the Painan hot drops where you fight side by side over the rivers. I love that.
Oh, Paris as well. Hot drops as well. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Better times.
All right. What's your thoughts so far on what we've seen from Viz, though? I gotta say, man, I've been surprised and impressed with them holding on to 6th place here. Last game, 10 kills. They got, held out eventually, but they still fought their way through balls, fought their way through some of Ascent, had some of the fights throughout, especially with Navi as well. They tried to do a pull-up and a drive-by, but they got denied by Habibi, man. They were looking good.
Yeah, they're sort of like a steam train that's low on fuel, right?
Okay.
They chug along from the early to mid game. They're a force to be reckoned with, but at some point they run out of gas, run out of steam. And I do think that's the problem with Viz right now, is that you don't often see them far towards those end games. But, early to mid, it's fairly decent. You're right, and they are picking up those points in those positions. I don't think they're afraid to take some of these fights either. They have a decent entry point towards this circle, though, right on that northern side around Concierge. So I do think that, this could be a game for them to maybe get deeper into the match, with most teams being on this south side, with the playing path actually dropping most players off further down towards the southern edge of the map. This is absolutely fair from S8UL on the E pickup. But yeah, I think I'd absolutely agree with you. I do think it is surprising still seeing Viz in 6th place.
Yeah, that's good. I like that from them. Well, we're going to have to see how they approach this one here. So far, with coming in from the northern side, they've really figured out that, okay, there's not going to be a lot of space up here. And with how everything kind of lines up, it's going to be a fun one for sure. And also with how Rondo is in general, looking at some of the heat maps from Rondo, like, it's actually so rare we see this exact circle here. The closest kind of usual circles we have is just below Muho Pan and the area below there, because that's the kind of only unplayable or playable space that doesn't go away from water. So we'll see if we end up there. It's the closest compound to where the northern stack, where Vitality is currently. So maybe they also have some inside information on this one.
So what you're saying is these teams, they're cooked. They're absolutely cooked.
Unless you're close to Vitality, or you're fighting out from Muho Pan, or you're on the Muho Pan kind of top side, then you're going to have a rough one. Hollow K9 is my worst nightmare. If he gets this knock, he gets this knock, that'd be crazy.
He gave it a good go. He gave it a real good go. And we can only respect that from a man like Marshall here on boards. But again, this does sort of speak to me of how this game's going, where so many teams have had to rapidly Muho ram their way up here because it is so far away for a lot of these squads. So loot is looking a little bit dire. It's looking a bit dire in a lot of the camps at the moment. Holographic K9, it speaks to me. MK12 though, Na'Vi, Boostic going absolutely sicko mode over on Twisted Minds.
Getting that many is just insane. I think he might be able to get the last one too. That was insane from him, and they were able to hold out. It's just Petulins maybe coming back for the chips later, or maybe stealing the chips. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Could be some explosive action here for that. I do love the new addition of stealing chips and putting in the recall tower to get a chance at some gear and guns from the crates. I kind of like that. I don't think it's going to have an impact on competitive in terms of we're going to see early fights. It's still not worth it unless you give thousands of. Okay, here we go. Replay. One first guy destroyed. Two next guys absolutely destroyed as well. Insane from Boostic. He got 299 damage from that. That's just next level.
That was very clean. Very clean couple of sprays there coming through. I don't think Twisted Minds expected him at all on that bridge. Let alone to get blasted as quickly as they did either. Let's see here the
just
aftermath.
Boostic things, man.
Yeah, I mean the guy's good, but again, I think a lot of the onus for us has been over on Hakatori. Where is he? Where's the damage numbers coming out from that guy? That's what we expected to see coming out into the finals here, the playoffs. But yeah, I think for Na'Vi, it's been a bit of a weird time right now on 26 points. Then again, we do keep alluding to it. It's a crazy stacked lobby. I think that, you know, even if you're towards the middle of the pack right now, I don't think you should feel too disappointed in yourself. This is a very, very hard lobby to play in.
It is extremely tough. It's honestly, again, a place where I'm thinking, okay, this is probably some of the most stacked lobby we've ever had, especially with some of the new guys coming back, some of the prodigies coming in. Sure, we had some retirements. Sure, we had some players that didn't qualify through this, but it is extremely stacked. It is very, very top heavy. And also, like, just look at it from this in 6th place down to 15th is just 20 points. Like one big